Velocity, morning, peace, and blessings. All right, so when it comes to Mercury, MKS, Mercury, Marana, Karaka, Sthana, astrologically, some people hold the view that Mercury is MKS in the fourth house. Some people hold the view that Mercury is MKS in the seventh house. I don't necessarily know why the 12th house isn't taken into consideration. My opinion, Mercury is much more problematically placed in the 12th house than it is the 4th or the 7th. But, for the sake of tradition, for the sake of the science and whatnot, out of respect for the science, I'm going to do the interpretation from the 4th and 7th house positions, right? This video, I'm going to focus on the 4th house placement of Mercury, and, I'll do a separate video on the 7th house placement of Mercury and whatnot, right? So, getting to it, Mercury in the 4th house, why is it considered to be MKS in this house, right? The nature of Mercury and why it's compatible with the 4th, Mercury is like a hyperactive child, a child that's extremely jovial, a child that's, hella energetic, playful, curious, inquisitive, always looking to learn something, always looking to study something, always looking to engage in some type of activity, always looking to do something. You feel me? It's hyper, it's broiling with energy. It's always on go. It's always active. It's real cerebral too, right? And even your natal placement of Mercury, wherever Mercury is placed within your chart, this will be an area of life that you will always have interest in. This will be an area of life that will pretty much always be active. You feel me? No matter for how many years, upon years and upon years you've been engaged in this particular activity or thing, it's like you have an undying thirst. And the craziest thing about it, it can even be like you have a childlike attitude or approach or appreciation for this area of life, even though you may be an expert, even though you may be, you feel me, profoundly deep within this particular subject or area of study, right? But getting back to the topic of the video, the reason Mercury doesn't necessarily align with the factors or with the qualities of the 4th house, Mercury is extremely active, and the 4th house is a place of non-activity, right? On the external front, right? It represents the home. It represents, your mother. It represents the heart space. It represents a place of solace. It represents your domicile. You feel me? What do you think about when you think about home? You think about resting, lounging, chilling, kicking back. You taking off the mask, you feel me, that you have to keep on in front of the world. The different roles and the different acts that you have to play with your boss or your coworker or your banker or whatever. You feel me? You're dropping all of the falsities. You're dropping the mask. Now you get to withdraw into the crab shell or the turtle shell. Your place of safety, your place of residence. You know what I'm saying? Your place to where it's pretty much your shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do too much of thinking. You don't have to do too much of figuring out. You don't have to do too much of intellectual analyzation within your home. You feel me? You know where everything at. You know all the cabinets. You know what. The bathroom, closet, yada yada yada, etc. etc. It's a known environment. You feel me? You go home. You pretty much take your shit off, throw your shit, whatever you want to fucking throw your shit at. Sit down, crack open a beer, and, cut the game on, and you're resting, you're cooling, you're relaxing. Even if you want to, take it to a more spiritual perspective, because the 4th house, it is a moksha house, right? Meditation, you feel me? It represents finding peace, content, satisfaction, you know what I'm saying? Security within yourself, you feel me? In the caverns of the heart, you know what I'm saying? The purity of the heart, you know what I'm saying? The openness or the genuineness of the heart, you feel me? The sacredness of the heart, and all those woke terminologies, right? So Mercury in this house, Mercury, it doesn't understand being still. It wants something to do. So when you leave a extremely energetic ass child at home alone, maybe you about to run to the store, you going to 7-Eleven, you about to pick up you feel me, a few, particulars or whatever the fuck, right? You going to the store, you'll be back in like 10, 15 minutes or whatever, right? It's up the street. But Mercury is a fucking extremely energetic ass child that's left at home who feels like, I don't have anything to do. What does he get to doing? You know what I'm saying? He gets to fucking run in the bath water. You know what I'm saying? The bathtub floods, it floods the bathroom, water's leaking out the bathroom and shit. The nigga cutting on owls on the stove. The nigga pulling down paintings off the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, and breaking glasses and, done kicked the TV done failed, done put a hole through the TV or done fucked up the TV screen. It's like it's a child with a bunch of rambunctious ass energy in a place of quietude and solace, right? And he's just bored. So he just gets to acting, just doing shit, just making up all type of shit just to have some type of sense of enjoyment. And the way that this can translate to the function of Mercury within a chart or within an individual's own being, it's like when it comes to silence, when it comes to this fourth house aspect, this person can get to fucking up their own internal peace, their own internal situation due to the influx of thoughts, meaningless thoughts or, meaningless, cerebral activity, mental activity or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just busying the internal world or whatever and pretty much causing a bunch of, unneeded chaos or a bunch of unneeded mental fuckery for whatever the fuck reason, right? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing where Mercury goes wrong in the fourth house. Another aspect, Mercury is cerebral. You feel me? It's not the moon or it's not Jupiter. It's, to be honest, the father is the moon, and Jupiter is the stepfather. So it's kind of connected to these types of energies or whatever, but it doesn't have that in-depthness that the moon can have and even Jupiter can have, right? So when it comes to the fourth house, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to really staying still to naturally receive the blessing or to naturally receive the protections of life, when it comes to manifestation of being able to be gifted shit even, right? Mercury doesn't necessarily know how to just be still and, you know what I'm saying, to just be at peace, you feel me? Mercury can get to, criticizing or can get to, seeing how some shit can go wrong or, how some shit can possibly play out the wrong way before it even play out all the way. It's not necessarily the most patient within this particular house, right? It can be very critical, you feel me? It can be very much so discriminatory where it doesn't necessarily call for a person to discriminate or, to make a certain distinction, right? Mercury in the fourth house. The inner peace is disturbed, you feel me? Since it's trying the 12th house, it can even deal with, you feel me, having, problems in a sleep situation or whatnot. I'm trying to think of some people off here. I know a couple of people off here with Mercury in the fourth house. But I guess I should list some good things about Mercury in the fourth house, right? Mercury in the fourth can make somebody, it can give somebody a ability to really be clean though, like to really, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to organizing the home front, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to really, bringing a pristine level of presentation to the home front, especially if Mercury happens to be strong or whatnot, you feel me? It can signify a person that's necessarily, in that type of mood, right? It can represent somebody, since it's Mercury, it can represent somebody who can show traits of split personality, right? Split inner world, right? Unsettled inner world or whatnot. That's pretty much all I got for this video right now. I'll list, in the comments more qualities of Mercury in the fourth as particular things come to me. Bless.